Hi friends, it's Velvet. Today I am coming back to this journal project that we picked out our signature papers for. I went ahead and picked out a Tim Holtz fabric that I wanted to use. And then I glued it, but it's not glued all the way because I need to be able to sew all the way around it. And then this, I did not put any glue down the center because I know I'm going to be putting the, signature binding through here. So this is how it's going to look. And then I discovered that the signatures are actually too big. Once I folded in that pocket thing, yeah, that's what I discovered. So I'm going to have to take some of the edges off of here, and that's okay. It happens. So I just wanted to show you how I did it. So all I did was I took my Fabri-Tac glue and I did some, squigglies in the middle, a few squigglies on the front, not a whole lot, and the back. And then I went around the outside, but very far in, so that it would give me enough space to sew around. And then after I'm done with the sewing, I thought I would then take off the rest. But, the more I'm thinking about it, I really love this frayed edge. And I don't think I can duplicate that if I rip it off after sewing. So I'm in a quandary as to what to do. Do I try to rip it off now, except that it could be tough? Well, let's try it together and see what happens. So I think I'd want to go about here. Of course, it's not going to work. Oh, okay, it's working. It's just pulling the wrong way. Okay. It's tricky, very tricky. You can hear the bubbles popping, can't you? I just want to make sure it doesn't go crooked so that it's going in too far. But I really do like the ripped look. What I should have done right from the start is rip the right length, but I will tell you why I didn't do that, and that is because I was afraid it might go crooked. But that looks really cool, doesn't it? And then I've got this awesome strip that I can use for something. Okay, now let's hope the bottom one goes as nicely as the top did. Okay. So far, so good. Let's do what we did on the other side here. And one more time. And there we go. All right, 2 cool strips. So this is now how it's going to look. And I'll be able to sew close to the bottom and maybe do kind of a cool sewing, thread or whatever. So I am going to take this I'm going to bring over my sewing machine and get this sewed up, and then come back and maybe we can bind these in. Oh, well, first we'll have to cut off the edges. So I'm going to put you on pause and I'll be back. I'm back. I had a little little incident with my machine. I pinned these together and ran over a pin with the machine and broke a needle, which is my first time ever breaking a needle, and I've had the machine for almost 2 years now, so yay! In the process, I wrecked the seam, but this is how I dealt with it. I fixed the machine and I went back over it, and now it's grungy just like the rest of this is going to be. So, and what I did was I did this beigey color as the bobbin, and this was the spool, the black. So I did the black on the inside there, but I did it on the outside for the spine. So now I'm going to take these pins that I ran over and wrecked. You can tell I don't use pins when I sew. I just, whatever, right? Of course, now the pin thing won't close. I'm going to make it work. All right, these are just some things that I just got, and I'll show you afterwards. Meanwhile, let's take a look at these signatures and see how big they can be. We know. Okay, so that one fits. I mean, if it hangs out just a little tiny bit, that's okay. The ones that I think might not fit are in this back signature here. So, and it's really just this big page. So I think what I'll do is I'll take, oops, my needles. I think I'll take like just maybe a 1/4 inch off or something. So maybe like right there, that's between 1/4 and 1/2. That's going to make some nice, nice stuff. Like that's upside down. Okay, let's just make sure everything else in here. Nope, the whole thing was upside down. All right, so now let's put these back in and see what happens. Oh, this one right here is sticking out now. It's the addition of the additional signatures is making it stick out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit off of here and then refold it. Oh wait, this one you can't do that with. Let's see, I'm going to do this. This doesn't go well through the trimmer, is what I was getting at. So here's my mark. Struggling with my thumbs lately, so holding this is a little bit difficult. Okay, it's a little uneven, but whatever. So now we're just going to refold it as even as we can get it, and that should have given us enough space. On the other side. Okay, let's see. Now I'm thinking this needs a little bit off, just a little tiny bit. I mean, we know it's going to be a gator mouth. Most journals are. So we want to make sure that it doesn't stick out before it needs to. All right, here we go. Much better. All right. Now I think we're ready to sew in these signatures. As you know, I typically sew in the signatures before I decorate them. Sometimes I'll do the cover first, but I think in this case I'm not going to. Oh, I should, though, because if I want to sew something on the cover. Okay. You know what? I think this is where I think this is where I'll stop. I'm also going to put some glue down now so that this stays together nicely. And I'm going to pick out some stuff for the cover, and then we'll work together on that, I think. But in the meantime, I wanted to tell you that I got a job. Actually, I got 2 jobs, and this is a funny story, I guess. So I was in the final stages for a few jobs, actually. And one of the jobs that I wanted, and that I'm pretty sure they had picked me, all of a sudden the school had a hiring freeze because they wanted to wait until the end of August until they knew how many students it would have, and that would determine, you know, what they can spend on hiring. So while that was on hold, I interviewed for another job. It's an internal communications job at a local bank, and actually this bank is an amazing place to work. As a matter of fact, they have been voted for several years as great places to work in New York State. So, and I've done stories about them. They do a lot of giving back to the community, as well as employee wellness and all sorts of things. So I applied for that job, and about 3 or 4 days later, I got a call from them, just kind of a preliminary interview. And then they said, can you come in on Thursday for an interview with 3 of the people you'd be working with and a person I would be working for? So I went in. The interview went well, but I thought, there's a couple things that I'm not real confident about. And I don't know, you know, maybe they won't want me after all. But then on Friday afternoon, I got a call from their HR, and they offered me the job. And it's making a lot more than I was making at the Alzheimer's Association, which was a decent salary anyway. So I'm very, very happy about that. We start off with 4 weeks of vacation. They've got 401k, and, you know, their health benefits are great. There's like 900 employees. It's a credit union, so it's just in New York State, but I am thrilled to be working there. It's right off the highway, so the drive is like super easy. And then on Monday, I got a call from the dean of the communications department at the college that I went to. I got 3 of my degrees there, including communications and journalism, bachelor's and master's there. And she said, I received your resume, and I had done that as kind of a backup plan, you know, just to make a little money. And she said, we would love to have you come on board as a communications professor, adjunct professor. And she wanted me to start in the fall. And I said, unfortunately, or fortunately, really, I can't do daytime because I just accepted a full-time job. And she said, oh, darn. But they're going to need to fill spots for 3 classes in communications in the spring. So I talked to her the next day, and she hired me for a communications cases and methods course, and I will start at the end of January. So in the meantime, she is getting me some books to review, and then and they're putting it on their curriculum. And as soon as we get 12 students for the Wednesday night class, then it's a go-ahead, and I can start reading these books and getting my syllabus together and all sorts of things. So that was a happy accident, I guess, serendipity. And then the same day that I got hired for the full-time job, 2 of my junk journals sold. So, woohoo! So it was a really great weekend. When did I find out? I found out, gosh, last Friday would have been, I don't know. Anyways, like July 21st or something. So I start August 7th in my full-time job, and that whole day is going to be like a training, welcome aboard kind of thing. So I'm really excited. So that is my big news. And then I had some Amazon gift card stuff. So I ordered myself some time cards, and I know I had other ones, but see, like this is one, but it's super duper thin, and so these are pretty thick, like thick enough to be considered a tag on its own. So I can, and it's only front side, so the back can be considered the tag. I can dress up the front and make them into tags. So I'm pretty happy about that. I finally got the Tim Holtz photo booth that everyone and their brother is using. But I just hadn't grabbed them yet, so hopefully you can see that. They're pretty cool. You can, you know, use as is, of course, but you can cut them apart. You can cut them apart and use them, you know, like maybe in like a specimen thing, or, you know, whatever you're doing. And then I also got a whole bunch of these tags. I've been wanting to get them for a while. I actually had bought them. My friend Maggie on here, Sunset Crafts, she had gotten them really inexpensive on Amazon. So I ordered the same ones she did, but now they don't sell them anymore. So you have to go a little bit, you have to spend a little bit more. But this was 100 of them for like, I don't know, $12, $13, which is not bad. I'll never use all of them, I don't think. But I love that they come with the little strings. They're already protected here. They're perforated. You can just decorate them and put them in your projects. So that is all I had to show you today. Next time we see each other, I will have stuff to do this journal cover, and if there's anything that I needed to sew down, I will have that done ahead of time, so we're not pausing and stuff. So until next time, thank you so much for stopping by, for hitting like and subscribing. I appreciate you. Have a good one. Bye.